I lay down and slept, O says Selah. Verse 5. I lay down and slept. I woke again, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of many thousands of people who have set themselves against me all around. Notice what, do you understand how much faith you have to say that even while your son is basically overtaking your kingdom, that you will still not be afraid of how many people trying to take you down? That's faith that David had in God. David felt doubt. David felt despair. David felt the weight of the world upon him as his son is literally taking the kingdom away from him. And yet David could still say, I will not be afraid of anybody because you are with me. David says, I laid down and slept. I went to bed. I woke up again, for the Lord sustained me. David is basically saying, God answers me every day. And we have to understand this. There are times when we pray to God, God, give me this girl. You know what I'm saying? God, help this relationship to go well. God, help me to get a job. God, help me to make some money. We could pray for whatever. And there are many times when we feel that God is not answering the prayers we want. Does that mean he doesn't answer those prayers? No. You can very well pray for a girlfriend and find one that enters your life. That's an answered prayer. But there are times when we pray for things and we don't get them. That's what I'm talking about right now. And when those things happen, we can feel that God has rejected us. God has forsaken us. God has forgotten us. God doesn't hear us. God doesn't listen to us. We could feel that way. But notice, God still answers your prayers even when you think he doesn't. God still lets you go to sleep and you still wake up in the morning. That's a prayer answer. Because you don't deserve to wake up. You know what I'm saying? You could very easily die in your sleep. You could be shot tomorrow. You could die tomorrow. The fact that you are here is an answered prayer from God in and of itself. That's why David could say, I'm looking back on the goodness of God in my life. To remember that even when I feel that God is not there, now he's been there for me all throughout the journey. I went to sleep. I woke up. That's God. You know what I'm saying? One thing I say every night is, Lord, allow me to sleep well and wake up early tomorrow morning ready for the new day. And I go to bed at night. Sometimes I go to bed 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then 6:50 a.m. my alarm wakes me up and my eyes open. The fact my eyes open is a blessing from God. That's a prayer answer because I pray, Lord, allow me to wake up. And I woke up. You understand? These are prayers that are answered. And we could see God working in our lives day by day. The fact that you are able to have clothes to go to school, or the fact that you are able to breathe fresh air even in a world facing problems of the climate, global warming. The fact that you could still live even in a troubled and fractured and broken world a pretty good life. The fact that even though it's hard to, for example, pay the bills or do this or do that, you could still have fun, you could still enjoy life. The fact that we could still live here on earth. These are all blessings from God. This is all God's providence on our lives.